All right, guys, welcome back to another review. We're going to do this game a little bit more in depth. This is a game I tried to play during my lunch hour and review, but really didn't have a lot of time. Unlasting Horror, you'll see from my review here on Unlasting Horror that I made during my lunch break today. I went through, I played the game. Come on, man, I just skipped all these freaking ads. You know what? That's one thing about YouTube is I don't think YouTube should have ads on your own videos. Like, I think you should be able to watch your own videos without having to watch ads. Just saying. Anyway, here's how the game starts out. And there's no options or anything in the game, which basically shows me low effort. The developer doesn't even want to take time to put any kind of options in the game. You can't disconnect from the game. You have to control delete to disconnect. And you see here that the game is what looks to be made with quite a few just assets. Some stuff doesn't really make a whole lot of sense as far as like why you can place a campfire. It's just really weird. And then you go to this gate and there's like a generator, but you don't have to repair the generator. You just turn it on by hitting the E button and it immediately turns on. I didn't see the killer in my playthrough. But anyway, guys, the developer here said, I'm not asking for a positive review. Negative is okay. I just want feedback. And basically, I saw a lot of what I saw in the game was like, where was it? Right here. So like right here, I thought he was trying to mimic the Auto Haven records from Dead by Daylight with all these like cars piled on top of each other. Cornfields and stuff like that. Definitely seems like he's trying to mimic Dead by Daylight. But there was nothing that happened in my 12 minutes of the game. I didn't see a killer. I didn't see anything. And I really didn't even know what the hell I was doing. So we're going to try to play this game a little bit more thoroughly, see if we can give this game a better evaluation in this review. Because I said that this guy developer is making games. He's rolling out games really quickly, and it looks like he's just piling assets together and not really putting a lot of effort into his game. And he says, unfortunately, you're mistaken. Sorry, you believe in your mind it's an asset flip, but that's not the case. It's a junkyard, so the cars are flipped because that's how junkyards look. I don't even play Dead by Daylight, so I'm taking inspiration from games like Outlast, Pacify, and many indie games to make my game scary and feel more alive. I work full time on Unlasting Horror, and as for the other games, I work on those when I can only release games when they're playable. It's early access because I got the game to a fully playable state and now need customer feedback to improve. Again, I'm not looking for any harsh comments, only constructive criticism and feedback to improve my game. All right. So with that, guys, we are going to look at giving him some kind of feedback here. How you doing, Matt? What's going on? Okay, so let's go ahead, and Matt, the developer, is actually here. Matt Sowards here is the developer. Welcome back. So you say that this isn't a quickly made game. When we look at your game, Matt, we see that, again, I'm looking at your games here. Your first game came out in March of 2020, then July, 3 months. In December, though, you have Matt's Project Zombies, which I do believe you gave me a key to that as well. I haven't played it yet, but that came out in December. 4 days later, you have another parkour game. How do you put out a game in 4 days? And then again, in 4 days later, you have a DLC for the Project Zombies game. In January, a month later, you have this game. And then not even 2 weeks later, you launched Unlasting Horror. So if your games have all the effort that you say they have, how are you able to put out these kind of games in 4 days, 2 weeks? That's all I'm looking for. First game was simply a port from a port from your mobile app. So a port, we know about ports from mobile apps to Steam. Every port I've ever seen from a mobile app to Steam is low effort, basically just trying to make an easy buck. And I'm not trying to attack you, with this kind of stuff. But what kind of infuriates me is when you act like you put in a ton of effort into these games. I also work full time on these games 24/7. So you don't have a real job. You're working on these games full time. All right, it's free. Okay. You're talking about this one here. Soldier Matt Sowards is free. Yeah, I'm talking about these games here that you're charging money for that are released within days of each other, right? You launch this one on December 7th. December 11th, you launch a brand new game, and then a few days later, you launch a DLC you're charging money for. Less than a month later, you're charging $5.99 for Space of Retaliation, and then not even 2 weeks later, Unlasting Horror comes out. And I'm not trying to attack you, but what I'm saying here is when somebody that knows what they're talking about and plays these kind of games, when they see you releasing games within days or weeks of each other, it looks like you're not putting a lot of effort into the games, and it looks like you're, just plopping together assets and trying to make games. But I'm more than happy to have you here. And again, I'm not trying to attack you. I'm more than happy to play your game and try to give you constructive criticism on how I think you could make your game better. As long as you're willing to take the criticism, and as long as you're really willing to, to put in the time to make your game better. I've done it a million times. The problem with me is I do this a lot, and most indie developers don't even listen to me. They just defend themselves or attack me or, attack my computer and say my computer's garbage because it can't handle their amazing game, whatever it is. Anyway, I share my progress on my YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo. I understand, brother. Yeah, negative or positive feedback is good. All right, so maybe you can help me understand. I like having you here, so maybe you can help me understand like what I'm supposed to be doing in this game. I'm going to play it single player right now because if you've made a good game, I think I should have a good time playing it single player. I shouldn't have to have friends to make it fun. Remote play together is cool. That means that I can invite somebody to play with me and they wouldn't have to buy the game. This area here, as I gave you a suggestion in the first video, this needs to be skippable. Not everybody that plays your game, if they play it a second or a third or a fourth time, they're not going to want to watch this whole thing. You're going to want to tie the escape key in. And I'm going to be pretty hard on you, so I would appreciate you answering my questions or saying, okay, I'm going to work on that, or I'm going to fix that, or, or at least giving me a reason why you won't, Featuring maps, killer, and survivors, that made me chuckle when I saw it. But yeah, you wanna make this skippable with the escape key. Nothing lets me skip that. The premise is simple. You're going into these forests looking for lost survivors to rescue them and bring them back to the RV. And then later on, down the line, you will be able to go through the levels and more of a storyline. Yeah, I could do a skip button soon as well. Okay, so I guess it's early access, but you want to definitely have options in here so we can control the volume and so we can control things like resolution. Like when you're selling a game like this and you don't have any kind of options, that also looks bad, especially when we're paying $9 or $10 for your game. So this is down for maintenance. Server browser. I mean, if I can find there's no sessions found, refresh. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. So single player against the monster AI. And then we only have the one map. Settings are in game, but I will add that to the... Okay, fair enough. If you're using Unreal, I know Unreal has default options and stuff like that. I've played enough Unreal games. Gotcha, and be generous with your reviews and comments. I would remove this to you. In fact, I would just you already have your Discord on your main screen. I would remove this altogether. Honestly, I'm just being honest. This basically makes it sound like you're begging for positive reviews. I would just get rid of this whole thing. But that's just me. So if I hit escape, I do have my options. Let's see. But when I click on options, it doesn't do anything. Oh, there we go. All right. Okay, for whatever reason, it wasn't doing anything when I first. Graphics. Okay. Turn motion blur off by default. For sure. Yeah, motion blur should be off by default. Nobody likes motion blur, bro. The rest of it's fine. How do you change this stuff? It doesn't let you change the volume. Okay, whatever. We're fine. Let's go back. Okay. I would change the middle mouse button to pick up stuff to like E. This right here is really awkward because I'm trying to move my lockpick, and I'm moving the camera and the lockpick. So this is really awkward right here. This needs work because, like I say, I'm trying to move the pick, but my camera is moving all over, as you can see. And then I'm trying to move the stick with it, but I'm moving the camera instead. So let's just break this. Let's just break that so I can move out of here. Okay, so I broke the lockpick and I'm stuck. Yeah, I can't move. And again, escape does nothing. V mode doesn't help. How do I get out of it? How do I get out of this? Writing these down, break the last lockpick to fix. That you shouldn't. The player shouldn't have to break lockpicks to fix it. The player should be able to walk away with like right click maybe. Add something so the player can walk away from this if they want to. Right click, escape is another thing that should do that. So if they hit the escape key or right click, it should break out of that. That needs to be fixed. Something. Thanks, Pope. It was a bug, don't worry, I'll fix it. Well, I hope I can help you, man. The only thing like I said, probably 97% of the time that I take my time to review these games and give developers easy fixes and fixes and stuff like that, they never do anything. So if you can use this and you're going to make your game better, then it's worth my time. What the hell? Why is the box shaking? Is that a bug or is that supposed to be happening? Huh. Okay, reach the gate of the forest. Okay. So we see the gate, we see the goal. That's fine. I like the font you've used. I like that you're showing players where to go. 100 experience. Now hit tab for quests. Go inside and search for survivors. Activate quest. I don't want to invite other players. I just want to go inside and search for survivors. This is multiplayer. I don't want to do that. Just close menu, I guess. Okay. Yeah, and I don't even mind a developer using assets. I mean, I don't have no problem with the developer using 100% assets to make their game. It's understandable that any developer is not going to be able to create their own assets or whatever. So I have no problem with that. But as long as the game is fun. And honestly, to be honest with you, at lunch today, I didn't have enough time to properly review the game. So, generator power on. Okay. I think I saw this earlier. It's not doing anything. I'm hitting E. There we go. So I had to hit E like 10 times before it worked. So you might want to fix that. Is there more than one generator on the map, or? The jump is really bad. The jump. I guess it doesn't look as bad in third person. It looks really bad in first person. I heard something. What did I hear? Okay, I know this is early access, but okay. So I have all my settings maxed out, and I have a 2060 Super and an i7. This is not acceptable. Like, if I have all my graphic settings maxed out, why are things clipping in 20 feet away from me? That needs work. Because that makes your game look really cheap. Okay. Yeah, when stuff's clipping in, just like, see, like, I have all my settings on max settings or whatever, but look at how stuff is just clipping in right in front of me. That needs work, man. And now I'm getting all kinds of lag and motion blur. Like, the game is really, it feels like unoptimized. Okay, I see that the gate opened. Like, I bet you I'm only getting like 10 frames per second right now. Hang on. Let me get my FPS let me get my FPS thing here. And then also capture it, game capture on OBS, so we're not lagging. Let me get FPS monitor up here. Okay, I got my OBS on game capture. Like I said, my FPS is tanking. I'm at 1 frame per second right now. In a new update, it'll fix it. Yeah, see, I mean, this is, people are paying money for this, Matt. Like, you shouldn't be charging people money, $9, to basically test your game. Like, this is something your friends and stuff like that should be doing before you launch the game. Like, you're charging people money to test your game for you. Like, I appreciate you giving me a key to play this game for free, but you see that, like, I have a good computer. This is terrible. It just happened a day ago. Well, fair enough. I understand that. So, I want... Yeah, I mean, until you get this game fixed, I can't review this. I can't review this game. I can't even give you suggestions when this game is tanking to 0 frames per second, bro. I guess the question I want to ask you, I mean, it's great that you're wanting to make big 3D horror games like this, and that's fine. But what I want to ask you is, have you ever made a simple game that you've done really, really well? Right? Have you ever made a Pac-Man game or tic-tac-toe or some kind of a 2D game that you've done really, really well, that maybe you put up on itch.io or Game Jolt or something like that? Like, I guess what I'm asking you is, don't you feel like you might be trying to make something that's a little bit out of your ability? I don't know. Again, but the problem is here, man, you're charging people money for this in the state it's in. And that's where it infuriates people like me. Like, it looks like your game's running fine now. Yeah, we up to 95 frames per second. If I play it again, is it still going to tank on me? It's now solved. You can try restarting your Steam. Okay. And why do we not have an exit button, Matt? Like, why do you make your players have to use Task Manager to end the game? That's not cool, man. That makes your game look really cheap as well, and that makes your game look like it has low effort. Like, if you don't even care enough to give the players an ability to escape their game and you're making them have to get Control-Delete, that's not good. So you think I should exit Steam? I forgot to add one. Because you were in such a rush to put the game out, man. Let me log out of my account. Oh, let me log out of FPS Manager. Let me log out of Steam. All right. I thought I set up Steam Guard on my new phone. I don't know why it's not coming in. Hang on. I know I set this up on my new phone. I just got a new phone. Steam Guard. There we go. Thought it would automatically pop up. All right, got it. All right, let's try it again. You're up to update 60 now? Well, I mean, that does show that you're trying, I guess. Look at the frames per second I'm getting now. 4,000 frames per second, man. I'm doing game capture here, so I can get even better FPS. Actually, let's go back to desktop here, just to see how it runs, so you can see the FPS. They're done? Here, you wanna...
Just get up and get it.
I'm reviewing a game, just get me some. And then I'll leave you alone.
No, you won't.
I'm trying to get my son to give me... Because I don't want Timber eating my chicken nuggets. Thank you. All right. 100 frames per second in the menu. Single player. All right. Intro will be skippable after night. Good. All right. All right. Let me move the FPS. Hang on. Okay. Vial added. Find the entrance to the forest. Okay. You fixed the clipping through the door since lunchtime, so that's good. I gave you credit on that. Yeah, I was able to clip through the door at lunch, and you fixed that. So good job on that. All right. You might want to fix the butterflies clipping through the tent. Make them higher or something. Make sure they don't fly through the. Like I would just move the butterflies away from the tent, maybe over there above the grass. That's what I would do if I were you. I would just take these butterflies and move them over here above the trail. That way they're not clipping through that tent. That'd be the easiest way to fix that, because that looks bad. Okay, I guess we're getting a decent frame per second. Search for survivors. There's survivors in here, where I found the generator. Because that guy's not alive. Well, I didn't have much time, and to be honest with you, when I saw on your store page that you were putting games out like within 4 days of each other, like I didn't really give it much of a chance. I also didn't have much time. Like I just wanted to take a quick look at it on my lunch break, and then I had to get back to work. All right, so the generator is on. Can I get in here? How do I get in here? Door locked, beginner. Oh, I have to. I hate these lockpick things. I'm terrible at these things. I've always hated these kind of things. I just suck at them. Did I get it? I did. Somehow I got it. Cool. I got a syringe. Okay, cool. Yeah, for my personal taste, I would get rid of the lockpicking thing, but... Or make it easier, maybe? For idiots like me? What the hell, man? Can I hide in here? Like Dead by Daylight? No. It's just to find the syringe and everything. Okay. I thought it was a locker I could hide in or something, but it was only so I could get the syringe and the battery or whatever. 73 frames per second now. Am I looking for survivors? It's raining. There's loot around the map, just not lockers, don't worry. Okay, so why is it raining and I don't hear rain? I should hear rain, man, and thunder. Rain and thunder sounds are not hard to add, dude. You can get really, really well made. Fuck was that? You can get really well made rain and thunder sounds. I know you can. Oh, there's thunder. I hear it now. And now it's snowing. Is that snow? Okay, we do got thunder. Still, we should hear some rain sounds if it's raining. Yep. Thunder sounds good. We just need rain sounds, man. If I'm seeing rain falling, well, now I see snow, but I like the lighting of the lightning. That's cool. I don't really know what I'm looking for. I guess I'm supposed to go in here. What's up, my dude? Okay, what is the purpose of the fireplace, man? Building a fireplace, like, why? Like, do you get cold? Yes, no. It's just quiet. The lightning looks pretty good. Why a fireplace, though? Or a fire... No, not a fireplace, but a campfire. Why can't I do like Dead by Daylight and vault through the window? Like, I feel like if you're gonna make this game like that, like, I feel like you should be able to run through a window and vault through it and be on the other side through there. Just saying. To quickly escape the killer. Assuming there is a killer. I know there's got to be a killer, right? I saw him in the trailer. Is that the generator? No, it's a window. I have 2 lockpicks. Why do I suck so bad at these lockpick games? Oops. Yeah, see, when you need to work on this too, so you're not moving the camera all around when you're moving the pick around. Okay. Another syringe. And empty vial, or a vial. Lockpick box. Okay. Well, I gotta give you credit, restarting Steam and relaunching the game. The FPS is definitely better. There's 3 monsters. You can place traps if you stun the monster, the light source. But soon it'll give health. Okay, that makes sense then. I remember that game Grab. It was a survival game. And you had to build a campfire and dance around it to get health. Yeah, so when I saw these stacked up cars, I was really thinking you was trying to be like Dead by Daylight and make this the Auto Haven maps. Garbage. Ooh, mist. Work on your mist. Like, I like the idea of mist, but this looks bad. Sort of. Like, it needs to be maybe less dense. Make it thinner. Increase the size of it, stretch it out, and it'll probably thin it out. Maybe actually lower it. So stretch this shit out so it thins it out. And then lower it, even if you have it down below the ground, that's fine. But make this all over the map, like not just right here. Like make the mist, spread it out so it's not so thick, and put it over your entire map, not just in this little area right here. Yeah, put it map wide. That's what I would do. Lower this too high. Maybe set maximum like heights for it so that you're not, you know, I don't know. You're gonna have to work on that mist because it looks a little bit cheap. It could look a lot better, is all I'm saying. If you put the time in. I haven't found a survivor yet. Have I missed one? Keep thinking I'm hearing somebody behind me, but it's just me. What the hell? Help me. Go back, there's a survivor. He's in the junkyard you passed. Oh, really? I missed him. Oh, cool. Can we fuck up the enemy? Can we fuck up the monster somehow? Tanking down to 30 frames per second, man. Damn. I got fucked up. Putting a new update so you can use traps against them later on tonight and you have to run from them. So how do you escape if they run faster than you? Press enter to give up. It's not working, man. Enter to give up is not working. I'm holding it down, I'm pressing it. Yeah, that enemy kind of tanks your FPS too. Okay. So it's all over. Alright, we're gonna try one more time. Wait a minute, that's Matt. Okay. Find survivors. Let's go to this generator. So it opens the gate. I would also maybe hide the or not hide the generators, but I would. Oh, did I pass the survivor? I heard something. I would randomize the placement of the generator so people don't know where to find it. Yeah, E is not working. I'm spamming my E button. And it's not working, man. So you're going to have to make sure that the player can easily... Like, if I'm supposed to spam the E button to power it, like if that's the intention, there needs to be some kind of a bar or a gauge showing me what's going on, because the way it is right now, it feels like it's broken. It feels like I just have to hit the E button 100 times to turn it on. And I'm guessing you're basically wanting the player to spam the E button to repair it. So you need some kind of a progress bar or something like that. Make sure you activate the quest, then head to the junkyard. I'm guessing that's what you were doing, right? You're making the player feel like they're having to spam the E button to repair it. Yeah, make sure you have something, whether it be a progress bar or whatever. Am I going the wrong way? Oh no. I got 100 hit points. Did you say there's 3 survivors on every map? Sound effects are a little bit spooky. The grass coming through, you might want to work on that. The grass coming through the floor looks kind of cheap. Just make sure I would just pull all this grass out. Just go into your Unreal Editor and fucking delete all this, grass. Or make a collision zone that make some code on on every piece of grass that says, hey, if the grass is touching a house asset to destroy itself. Whatever you have to do to make sure that there's not grass showing up coming through the terrain or through the floor. There's 3 monsters, and right now there's 2 survivors you can rescue. Soon there'll be 4 to 5. Go behind the house. Okay. Where was that fucking house at? How did I lose my house? Oh, here it is. Yeah, see, the fact that everything clips in way too close, the view distance sucks. So I don't know how you're going to increase the view distance without tanking your FPS. Is this what you wanted me to see? Soon we'll add some secrets as well. There's a small cave. Okay, have I got everything in the cave, or? Is this where I came in? Yeah, I made a big circle. Okay. Get lost, man. Got an invisible wall right there. Right here. That needs to be fixed. Invisible walls are bad, man. I think I hear something. Right. I guess I'm getting better. Do I need to activate this quest or what? Any survivors in here? Make sure you activate the quest. Yeah, I just did. I heard footsteps. Oh, wow. Yeah, change middle mouse button to like E to pick this shit up. Way easier. Way better to use like E, the E key to pick shit up and open doors, or not open doors, but I would even type the same key into like opening doors. Have E opening doors as well instead of left click. Do these survivors make any kind of sounds or anything? Yeah, the clipping is real bad, man. Like, I should be able to see a lot further than this. Back of a pickup truck. The crying man cries. Did I pass it? I heard something. Yeah, this is creepy. Why am I hearing sounds that nobody's around? That's cool. It's like an angry face. Is that a white pickup? Clipping is increased now. What the hell was that? See if I can break the game. That's funny. What is that sound? Welcome to the stream, guys. Clipping is an issue now. Further intro skippable. The early access disclaimer reported. Butterfly is moved over, and a few other bugs all fixed. All right. All right. V. No. 2. Yeah. T. Building construction finished. I don't know where these survivors are, man. Okay. So the problem, sorry, I'm trying to eat here, Matt. If you restart Steam, you'll have improvements. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you right here, I'm going to let you work on some of these improvements. I'll give it a few days. Maybe I'll play again this weekend. This right now is boring. Okay? I am fucking bored out of my mind. And other players are going to be bored as well. So, what you need to do in here is you need to have, like in Dead by Daylight, other players obviously play the killer. So, you need to put survivors on this map. Like, I would increase the survivors if you have 2 now. I would increase it to like 6 or something like that per map and have them around the map. And I would basically have arrows like at the top of the screen showing you where to go. And then once you get close to a survivor, have them moaning and crying. Maybe have the arrow disappear once you get close enough to hear them moaning and crying. So maybe have an arrow show you where to go if you're too far away to hear them moaning and crying. But once you actually get you can hear an audio of them, get rid of the arrow and let the player find the survivor by the crying or the moaning or whatever, and then go and save them. But you need to have your killers like almost camping the survivors. So you need to have spiders or killers or whatever. You need to have a high chance of interaction with the killer and make it so the player has to do something or maneuver or something to get around the killer to get to the survivors. You need to make your game fun. Right now, it feels empty, and if we don't know where to go, and we're looking around a huge fucking map for survivors, and with a map this big, I feel like there needs to be like at least 6 or 8 survivors that you need to rescue. And then you also need to have the killers like protecting the survivors so that you're sure as hell, so you're going to get some kind of interaction with the killer as well. In the end, you need to make sure your game is fun. I've been playing your game now for an hour, and I haven't yet found a survivor, and I've only seen one killer. I've only had one interaction with a killer. So you compare this to something like Dead by Daylight. In Dead by Daylight, I would have had all kinds of interactions. Granted, it's other players, but I would have had 100 times more fun in Dead by Daylight in an hour than I've had with your game. The maps are too big. There's not enough action going on. You need to make sure the player can get to the action. That's why I say the arrow's pointing to the survivor, pointing to the nearest survivor or whatever. And then once you get within audio range of them, you can hear them crying. Then maybe get rid of your arrow and let the player maybe have to, search for the corn or whatever to find a survivor crying in the corn, right? But then at that point, also, if you have your killer and your killer starts to chase the player, you need to have some kind of dramatic music. Like dun 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 dun, whatever, like horror movie music, right? So you need to have horrifying like chase music from a horror movie or whatever. As a killer, because I remember when I fought the spider, there was like no horror music. Music and stuff like that can do a ton for your game. But right now, as it is, most players are probably going to have the same kind of experience I've had, and they're probably going to refund your game or leave you a negative review. Because they're not going to have fun. So, yeah, I can see that your game is probably better than I thought it was when I first played it, but it needs a lot of work, it needs a lot of love, and you need to focus on making sure, above all else, above the graphics, above everything, make sure that the player is having fun. No player is going to want to come in here and wander around for an hour and not really have anything interesting happen. So, yeah, you've got to work on fun, man. Your game's just not fun right now. And I know this probably hurts, but you've got to figure out a way to make your game fun. Right now, it's boring. And is this a survivor here? What do I do with the survivor? I guess this is a survivor, but she's dead. I'm not trying to tear you down. If I don't tell you the truth, man, then you can't make your game better. As you can see, I'm not having any fun, and I'm being honest, man. You've got to find ways to get player-saving survivors. I don't care what it is. Fighting fucking zombies. Anything to make the game more fun than this, because this is mind-numbingly boring. I hate to tell you that, bud. He's right there. Go back. Where? There's a survivor somewhere. Go back. Here? No. I didn't see anybody. Where did I miss him? Is he by the building? Yeah, I'd like to see. I must have fucking missed him. Where? Inside the white container. Okay. Inside the white. Inside here? It's a building. That's not a container. Where? I didn't see a white container. Are you talking about the building? Inside, yeah? Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't call this a container. I'd call this a building. How do I get inside? What am I doing wrong, guys? I don't see any way to open the door. There's no way in. By the dead body. Oh, okay. The dead body was back up this way, I thought. Yeah, where was that dead bitch at? Fuck, I don't know where she was at. Oh shit, that scared me. Motherfucker. How do I escape this guy? It's fucked up. Yeah, this isn't fair here. I'm gonna die. I'm holding shift. Yeah. That's not fun, man. If I have no way of killing or attacking the player or surviving or running away, that's not fun. Remember that your players don't know all the inside secrets that you do on maybe how to attack the killer or survive or whatever. Reports of a crying man in the back of a pickup truck. Find the crying man. Yeah, remember your players are going to be more like me, and they're going to wander around aimlessly for an hour looking for shit, and they're going to get bored, right? And then they're going to see a spider like this, and the spider, they're going to feel like there's nothing they can do, and they just die. So, players are going to feel like they invested an hour into your game, walked around, and then the spider found them, and then they had no chance. That's not fun. You need to make sure that your average player, like me, your average dumbass that doesn't know what he's doing, is going to be able to get into your game, have interactions, be able to save people, add music when a killer's chasing you, so it's more dramatic. You got to make sure that the average dumbass like me is going to come in here and have fun. Right now, you are a long way away from a fun game. So you, more than anything else, make sure the player has fun, man. Should have made a trap. I feel like I wouldn't have had time to make a trap. By the time the spider was already on me, like I don't think I would have had time to make a trap and set it down. Would I? Maybe I would have. I don't know. Remember though, the most players are going to be like me. They're just going to run from the spider. So maybe you need to make it so the player has something that they can drop. Like maybe have the player craft, I don't know, something that they can fucking drop. Like maybe drop a bear trap, or not a bear trap. I don't even know what. I don't know, man. Give a player a fucking gun. I don't care. Or a baseball bat and let us fight the fucking spider or something. There are levels where you can roam around for an hour and more. Not find your way to proceed. Right. But if you want your game to succeed, if you want your game to sell, you're going to have much more fun than this. Like I say, I could have played Dead by Daylight and had way much more interaction, way more chases, way more fun. I really just, and I know part of it is the fact that I haven't played the game. I'm not familiar with the game. but I think your average player is going to go in and have a similar experience to what I had. So we take that for what it is, Matt. Work on your game. Try to make it fun. I'll be more than happy to take a look at your game after you make some significant updates on and work on the fun element of your game. I'd like to see you make a fun game. I'd like to see you sell your game better. I'd like to see you get really good reviews. So if you're serious about your game and you're putting all the effort and time into it, you say you are, focus on the fun that the players are going to have. Make sure that players don't come into the game and wander around for an hour like I did and then get horrendously destroyed by a monster with no real way to feel like they can fight back. Like making a bear trap, if that's the right answer, that doesn't feel like something that's fast enough to work. So I think most players are going to do the same thing I did and just try to run. They're not going to think of, no, I need to make a bear trap. I think most players are going to think that they don't have time to make one and put it down before the spider kills them. All right, that's it for now, guys. Work on your game, Matt. Thanks so much for coming in and spending your time watching me run around your game. Make sure it's a game that you enjoy playing yourself in. All right, thanks so much for watching, everybody.